Can Michigan football finish the season strong, beat Northwestern, Maryland, Ohio State, and enter a college football playoff where I don't know if they can win it all, but they can certainly compete to win a playoff game, maybe even two if they get lucky, and build on to having a very strong team in 2026 and 2027. Well, if they want to get on the right path, Sherrone Moore and Chip Lindsey and Wink Martindale have to continue to make adjustments and improvements. Grant Newsome has done a phenomenal job as the offensive line coach this year, and yet the offense has kind of taken a backslide in recent games. And inversely, the defense has improved in some areas, but you'd like to see more out of them still. For Michigan, it's critical that they stay consistent in that, where the defense is able to continue to improve, the O-line keeps playing well, and you just become more consistent in your weaknesses in the passing offense. Make sure that Underwood is not put in the same situations he was against Purdue or doesn't play as poorly as he did in that game. And if you can improve at receiver at all, hopefully you did over the bye week, you can help him catch the football better, have more communication and consistency with quarterback Bryce Underwood. This is an offense that when things go well, they can go well. I know they're a year away, but this is Michigan's best offense since 2023. It's better than last year's by a country mile. But they need to get a little bit better there, especially if they want to beat Ohio State and if they want to win a playoff game after beating the Buckeyes. And before that, let's not be mistaken. The Northwestern and Maryland games are not gimmies. If they want to beat those teams convincingly and not get beaten up and exhausted and worn down and be healthy for the Ohio State game, they need to improve leading up to that game, not just for that game. You need to trust Underwood more too. It feels like the offense is holding back, not in terms of, they're holding things for the Ohio State game, but holding back in the sense they don't trust Underwood to do things, or that they don't trust everything to come together, which I understand. Underwood's a true freshman. The roster's very incomplete. But giving him more command now, while he is young and while he is a freshman, will benefit him in the long term. Let him make the mistakes now. Let him get all that stuff out of his system. And hopefully as time goes on, he makes progress. We've seen signs of progress from him since his first game to his most recent game. But we've also seen a lot of ups and downs. And I just think that's a part of being a true freshman and a part of playing in this offense that is very incomplete, especially in the quarterback's realm of being a passer. So you got to trust him, got to let him take more command of the offense, have a bigger stake in things. And I know that this might seem counterintuitive or even contradictory, but relying on your offensive line doesn't hurt. Sometimes against Purdue, they were forcing Underwood to make plays when maybe if you just relied on your O-line a little bit more and had more of a balance with your drives and rushing and passing, you could have had more success. Could have kept the ball out of Purdue's hands more. Could have scored more points. Could have pulled away in that game. And you didn't. So with Michigan, it's interesting. On one hand, you want to see them take steps forward in the passing game before saying that they can, be a good team to close out the year and be a great team next year. However, at the same time, knowing their personnel, their offensive line is really improving and has become a strength of the team as the season's gone on. This channel will make you a college football expert and help you enjoy watching games and make more accurate predictions. So what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment your thoughts, and watch the video all the way through so that you can get the full package. And check the description and pinned comment for more ways to help yourself and this channel. Justice Haynes got hurt, and hopefully he can return. We hate player injuries here on College Football with Sam. And yet the rushing offense in a power circumstance is way better than it was earlier in the year. Why? Because the O-line's better. It's stronger. It's bigger. In part, some positions opened up due to injury to older players, and therefore you got younger, more talented, better body type players to come in, and they're having tremendous amounts of success. They have underrated depth. Relying on your offensive line in these next few games may not be a bad option because you can both trust Underwood more and be more consistent in the passing offense while relying on your O-line and run blocking and rushing offense too. You can do all of those things. Something to do on defense. I think the defensive front is fine. As long as it gets healthy, it's doing its job. But the secondary, with how young it is, if you, especially for the Ohio State game or for the playoff game, because Maryland and Northwestern do not have amazing passing attacks, rotate them. Get them as much experience as possible because they're very young. They have not always been healthy, especially with, Rod Moore re-injuring himself, and he hasn't really been back since that Wisconsin game. You need to be able to competently defend the pass, and that has been something that Michigan has really struggled at this year. I know analytically, not necessarily, but you also have to take into account that the only great passing offenses they've played this year are USC and maybe Nebraska. Just maybe. Ohio State's going to be better than both of those, at least than Nebraska. It's better than USC's, but maybe from a pass protection standpoint, USC's is probably better, but we'll have to see about that. I think that getting some of these younger guys more playing time in the backfield, making sure you can keep your defense, especially backfield and secondary, healthy is paramount, and getting more experience there will always help. Last but not least, special teams has been a disaster. It just has been. There's no way to sugarcoat that. Special teams has been a disaster. So you need to fix that. Zavada needs to get his confidence back. I don't know how he does that. Maybe you give him some opportunities from long range against Northwestern and Maryland, trusting him with that. But he needs his confidence back. He's still a good kicker, just not as good as he was last year. Punting and punt returning have been abysmal. That needs to be fixed because field position can help you win that Ohio State game. It can help you compete in that playoff game or win it if you get there. And more importantly, it's not like Northwestern or Maryland have great special teams. If you want to beat them and not have to exhaust yourself in doing so, winning that field position battle or kicking field goals and making them while they miss it can help you get there. Michigan can finish the season strong. The likelihood of them finishing 10-2 is much higher than most think. However, it's not a guarantee. They have work to do. They have a game this Saturday that will tell us a lot. And they have to get to that drawing board. They have to play hard. They have to play tough. They have to play smart. And they have to get healthy. Those are my thoughts on Michigan football and the final few weeks of their 2025 season. Thank you for watching. It's my mission on College Football with Sam to make you the most informed, knowledgeable, and entertained fan as possible. We aren't perfect, but we hit the nail on the head more often than we hit our thumb with the hammer. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, and if you're here, you've probably already watched the whole video. So thank you for doing those things.